Dr. Phyllis Collins of DietHobby.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a vinaigrette dressing that I like a great deal. 1 tablespoon is 1 serving, and 1 serving is 8 calories with less than a whole carb. It's like 3/4 of a carb. So if you had, more than 1 tablespoon, you might have a carb. Okay, and it's really simple, and it needs to be stored ahead of time. So when I make it ahead of time, at least 3 or 4 hours, preferably the day before. Okay, I start out with balsamic vinegar. I use balsamic vinegar. This happens to be the kind I have. 5 tablespoons. And there's 5 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. The next thing it calls for is 1 tablespoon of just water, just regular old water from your tap or wherever you get your water. The next one is mustard. I am using this Dijonnaise creamy Dijon mustard from Best Foods because I like that. And I'm taking the mustard and I'm just going to scrape it into my dressing. Next, we use a teaspoon of olive oil. Remember, the ingredients are on my recipe section of Diet Hobby, along with this video and a picture of the food. So if there's anything, and that's the right one, what I say is not necessarily right, because sometimes I'll say a tablespoon when I mean a teaspoon. But in this case, I really do mean a teaspoon. I'm using olive oil. Any kind of vegetable oil is fine. Sometimes I use coconut oil. Okay, so I pour my 1 teaspoon. Now, this is a tablespoon, and this is a teaspoon. Not a tablespoon, a teaspoon of oil. 1 teaspoon of oil into this, okay? Now, because I like everything I eat to be just a little sweeter than some people do, I add 1 Splenda. That's optional. You don't have to do that if you don't like sweet things. It just kind of brings the tart down just a little bit, and that's what I like. Now I'm stirring it up, and I could buzz it up in the magic bullet to make it nice and smooth, but I'm not going to do that today. Today I think I'll just whisk it a little bit. Okay, so I'm whisking up this vinaigrette dressing. Remember, only 1 tablespoon is only 8 calories. All right, now I have here my little container, and I'm putting a funnel in it so I can pour it in there. And I'm pouring in my vinaigrette dressing. Now I could have added a little salt and pepper if I wanted to, but I'll salt and pepper my salad. So, and maybe somebody else will use this won't be wanting salt. The next thing that I do is I'm putting 2 garlic cloves in at the bottom just to marinate, to add some garlic flavor. And I've chopped up the garlic because if I put the whole clove in here, I'd never be able to get it out of this little top. The next thing is I've got 8 balsamic vinegar leaves. And I'm going to also put these in the bottom to marinate, just to give a little flavor. Now, before, I don't know, these leaves might be too big to get out. It might be a real struggle, but we'll see. So I'm just chopping up the garlic just a little, the vinaigrette, the basil, just a little bit. Look, and I'm using 2 hands. This wrist is recovered enough to do this. This is my second recipe video. And so I'm really, really happy about that. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do some more difficult recipes. Well, I don't mean difficult, they'd be easy. All my recipes are easy and simple, but I mean difficult in what it takes for my hands. Okay, so then I got this thing here, and I'm going to shake it up. And I'm going to have to let it sit to see, let the vinegar, get the basil and let me taste it. That's good. Some of you might prefer not to use the Splenda because that does cut the tart taste down. And it's delicious with a green salad or whatever you want to use vinaigrette dressing for. Alright, come and see me at diethobby.com and look for my recipe there. And you can also look for me on my YouTube channel, Diet Hobby.